Hello there. My name is Hania Durrani, and I am working as the Academic Integrity Outreach Assistant for Summer 2022 at the Academic Integrity Office, or also known as AIO. I am recording this presentation as an overview of Policy 60 and will go into the expectations regarding the academic culture at TMU. So let's begin. So to provide a brief overview of what AIO does exactly, we are a neutral party. This means that we do not charge students with academic misconduct, neither investigate the misconduct, or do not decide whether the student has breached Policy 60 or if they have, what the penalties are. Most of our groundwork involves educating students about the consequences and penalties associated with Policy 60 that aims to protect the integrity of TMU. The Policy 60 provides a framework to all current and former university students regarding the definition of academic integrity, the processes to be followed when academic misconduct occurs, and any consequences that may be imposed. Our degrees, diplomas, and certificates depend on the values of shared responsibility that each member of TMU must integrate during their studies. Honesty, trust, fairness, respect, responsibility, and courage are critical to the development and sharing of knowledge in any institution. As such, when students deviate from these values, it is your instructor's duty to thoroughly investigate the suspicion of academic misconduct and follow the procedures outlined in the policy. The policy is there to not only protect the academic integrity, but to also protect the instructors' and students' rights in the process. Now you might be wondering what constitutes as academic misconduct. Academic misconduct includes any behavior that a student unintentionally or intentionally exhibits which results in unearned academic advantage. Students are expected to fulfill their academic requirements through the product of their own work to ensure integrity in the academia and the workforce. Academic misconduct can also have detrimental consequences on a student's life during their undergraduate career and impact their academic performance. Now, let's get into the factor of intent. As you may have noticed that when I talked a little bit about the definition of academic misconduct, I mentioned unintentionally or unintentionally. As such, in both of the cases outlined on the slides, students can be found to have engaged in academic misconduct as the student's intent does not account in the decision-making process. Policy 60 contains a set of rules governing the academic conduct. Either the rule is broken or it isn't. As a student of the Toronto Metropolitan University, it is our responsibility to be familiar with the policies and regulations of the university when working on any evaluation. The Academic Integrity Office, Student Life and Learning Support, and the TMU Library offer all round resources such as writing workshops and referencing help to students looking for additional support and education regarding the academic policies of TMU. As such, all students are responsible to adhering to Policy 60. The AIO recognizes that everybody learns differently and that there's no way of gaining knowledge. There's no one way of gaining knowledge. As such, to make the process more engaging and educational, we have created an online game known as Academic Integrity in Space that aims to educate students on Policy 60 through storytelling scenarios and various alien characters. Students have the chance to explore 3 different planets of Ethica, Oregon, and Independence and come across different scenarios where they go against Captain Plague and his League of the Unearned. Upon completion of each planet, students will receive a certificate that they can link onto their professional profiles such as LinkedIn and use to showcase their academic integrity knowledge. These certificates can also be used as an incentive for bonus marks by instructors in various courses. You can play the game at the URL highlighted in the slide or go to the central AIO site and find it under the Resources for Students tab. The Policy 60 misconduct includes the following practices that can earn one an unfair advantage. While the list above is not exhaustive and students should understand the different methods that may fall under the academic misconduct in Policy 60. Some of these might be familiar to use, such as plagiarism, that commonly occurs when students don't cite their sources appropriately. Others, such as submission of false information and misinterpretation of one's personal identity, include submitting fake documents and omitting information to gain academic credit. Impersonation of another student also comes under academic misconduct, and severe penalties may apply. So, as mentioned before, plagiarism is a very common occurrence that lands students in trouble often. It is important to remember that switching the word style of your work is not adequate enough, and writing structure needs to be revised as well. And you still need to provide correct in-text citations and a full reference list at the end of each of your work, whether that be an essay, a discussion post, or anything else that your course requires. Switching sources and putting in wrong information also constitutes as plagiarism as well. To err on the side of caution, always make sure that you are paraphrasing the outside sources properly and including in-text citations as you are writing the assignment to avoid plagiarism. As always, also double-check your work before submitting to avoid silly mistakes. Contract cheating is one of the biggest markets in academia that harms students in the long run and often puts them at risk of being targeted by scammers. This slide outlines some of the indications that you can use to protect yourself against risky services that may target you for monetary compensation. Often students land in trouble when they share their work with others. This is known as contributing to academic misconduct. Unless authorized, it is better to not share your work with others and use social media very carefully. If you need clarification, reach out to your professors and course staff instead of asking others and avoiding the opportunity to be misled by them. It is important to also understand the penalties associated with the findings of misconduct so you can plan ahead and avoid interruptions to your degree. In most cases, the minimum and lightest penalty a student can receive is a 0 on the evaluation. In addition, departmental policies may enforce additional penalties such as a grade of F in the course. Each time a student is found of academic dishonesty, there will be a disciplinary notation placed on their internal record that will be removed from the transcript upon graduation. As the number of DNs increase, so does the penalties where suspension may be recommended. When a student has a DN on their record, they are not eligible to be on the dean's list for that academic year. As one of the AIO mission values includes education, they encourage instructors to include educational requirements. Until they are completed, the students will not be eligible for graduation. Often these tasks include taking a Fundamentals of Academic Integrity quiz, participating in learning, and writing workshops offered through the Student Life and Learning Support. So the procedures regarding the academic misconduct and suspicion are covered extensively in the procedures for Policy 60 that state the rights and responsibilities of students and faculty members when an academic misconduct suspicion is warranted. The Office of Ombudsman ensures that everyone involved in a dispute is treated fairly and that decisions affecting students are made promptly and also fairly. This includes the outlined rights and responsibilities in the slides where students can have a mediated discussion. They have the right to see the evidence and understand the thought process behind the suspicion. In addition, the student also has the right to ask questions, present any supporting evidence, and access to a support person or an advocate. Keeping these things in mind, the potential decisions may not be discussed at the meeting as deliberation is only reserved for the decision maker or the professor in this case. Now, to get into some of the familiarized university services and supports, as TMU is committed to providing holistic support to all of the students during their studies, the listed resources on the slide are year-round resources that you can access when you require any additional help in any area. Now to highlight some opportunities where you can get involved with us. The Academic Integrity Council, or AIC, requires student involvement to help administer a fair process for hearing student appeals. As a part of the AIC, you will be on the hearing panel alongside other faculty members and discuss relevant penalties after a careful consideration of the evidence in various academic misconduct cases. The AIO also has a student-run volunteer program, also known as Academic Integrity Ambassadors, which aims to promote Policy 60 through different events on campus. The program is composed of 4 specialized teams of outreach, research, facilitation, and social media. The program also runs yearly in fall, winter, and summer semesters and is open to all students at TMU. This brings my presentation to an end. I hope you are more familiar with Policy 60 after watching this. If you have any questions, please reach out to us at aio@ryerson.ca. We are here to support you. Thank you for watching and take care.